A very good morning to all of you, and welcome to another live session of GETI Talks. My name is Shilpi. I'm the Relationship Manager with the Global Education and Training Institute. Today, this morning, we have a very serious topic to discuss, that is school violence, dealing with it, and minimizing harm. And who else is a better person to talk about it than a principal and a director of a school who has thousands of children and students under him? So I have Mr. S. Naveed Basha, who's the director of Ideal International School in Hyderabad, Telangana. So, Mr. Basha, welcome to our show and thank you for joining in the disruptive education movement started by Dr. Sunita Gandhi. So, I give this platform to you, sir, and please go ahead with your talk.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you for this show. And in fact, this is a great thing which you are doing in this education. And let us start on this various issue and the topic which before
Sir,
it used to be
excuse me,
a
sir, your
Western
PPT,
culture
your
or
PPT
an
has been
Indian
displayed.
topic,
You can
but
use your
now
PPT.
it has come down to our continent, subcontinent India, and it is influencing our culture also. Let us start with what is school violence. Madam, can you share my PPT?
So, your PPT has already been shared. It is there on the
Please,
screen.
if you share my PPT, that will be
I have already
easier,
shared your
madam.
PPT on the screen, sir. It's
I'll
already
start
there on
the
the screen. So it is already there on
slideshow.
the screen.
Okay.
So it is already there on the screen. You just have to say next slide. I'll be changing the slides for you.
Okay, fine. Okay, thank you. Okay, let us start with what is school violence. Yes, make some mischief, some bullying, and other things. Within limits, yes, it is fine. But once it goes beyond limit, it will be like violence, it will be like uh, making a difficult situation for the other child, or the other child feeling the pressure or the force, or mentally it is going to affect, right? So within the boundary, some mischief children does it, but that is okay. But if it is beyond that, it is violence. So one has to understand when it is violence and when it is a mischief. Okay, now there are few types of violence which we realize and which we have seen commonly in our schools or among the kids. Okay, physical violence. It is something like slapping, pushing, kicking, or sometimes moving on the stairs, you are pushing. These are all the some of the physical common violence which we see in our school with the children. Then there are other kind wherein the child want to make a show off, means who is the boss type, wherein he will have some of his followers moving together and forcing on one particular child or targeting some child due to maybe some various reasons. Sometimes maybe it is that he did not like the child. Sometimes the child is not coming under his supervision. This is also a way, and it can be by bullying, by verbal abuse, or many other ways. See, this is a very vast subject, but what we'll speak is the most common things happening in our school, particularly in our country, or things like that. Now, in this slide, you can see that not only here the children together are targeting a child, but they are even videographing it so that they can pressurize the child more or bully him to the extent that he will have a deep mental stress or he may quit the school. So we have to be careful in the school that where are the places where these children or doing such mischief. Now, during the class hours, will not find, that is fine. During the break time, yes, a short break has a very limited time and a long break or the end of the school. Now, violence can happen inside the school as well as outside the school. You can see if it is inside the school, okay, it can be controlled and we can see what is happening because now the CCTVs and other things are there so that we can rectify and work accordingly, right? But if it is outside the school, then we'll have to have a positive character in the child so that we can avoid it outside the school, and we need to adopt some tactics and techniques wherein will not give them a chance or a place suitable for violence. Okay. Now, next, see, it is not that only the boys are bullying the children or the violence is only among the boys. Even the girls does it. Yes, but comparatively maybe less, but it prevails in girls also. That's important. Now, let us pen down one by one and realize why this violence is happening, why the cruelty is going on. This is, there will be very handful of children, but that effect will be more on others, or they will be more popular, or sometimes they want to become popular. That's the reason they will do. Okay. Now, for example, some has an ego problem. Okay. Now, ego problem also this one of the thing that wherein that boy is like more and I am not. So let's target him. Now, initially targeting is okay, but at what level? It is just to show off that he is getting more attention. I am not, in a limited way. Okay, the teachers will realize, the school will realize. If there are counselors, they must take these symptoms and start working on that. Right? Now we can see that, one minute, there are certain kinds of violences happening in the school. One is physical, one is mental, the other one is happening outside the school also, right? Until and unless we realize this problem, what happens is many a times this problem occurs particularly to the parents. I am telling, it all starts from the parents who neglect or who overprotect their child, or sometimes they ignore also, right? According to our school community, children are very innocent. They are blank pages wherein whatever we teach them or how do we groom them, in that way they will start behaving, right? If we don't write the correct things from the school side or the parent side on their blank pages, now the children will start doing on their own whatever they understand or feel like. Now, what is influencing or guiding these children towards the violence? Before, there was very little chance, but now you get into the games, you get into the films, you get into the even news. Apart from that, even we have a lot of parental problems wherein wife and husband they fight, and sometimes even the staff, because they have some personal issues, they come and try to relieve their anger over the children. So now what is happening is children are getting more used to or exposed to the violence happening around in the community. Even internet is also abetting to that one. And the problem with children is they are, get attracted more towards such. things, issues. And the first reason for it is that they want to be popular, they want to be heroes, maybe in the wrong direction. The only concern is they will be the talk. Many times it happens in that way or it starts in that way. The other thing is they will have an issue at home, and because of that they cannot do anything at their home, or they cannot show their anger, or the parents doesn't give that liberty to talk to them or to express themselves at home. So that one they will be dumping at the school, and they will try to, yeah, relieve their anger in the form of replicating what has happened at home, sometimes by abusing, sometimes by physically eh, violating, and things like this. Step by step it will be happening. The problem here is with the parents as well as the school. Now school is a secondary thing, but still it is very vital and influential. Many schools will be having the social counselors to counsel the children. And see, if the parents are ignoring or they are in a bad situation, it becomes the responsibility of the school and the school counselors. When once we start seeing some symptoms coming in the child, for example, the child before was doing well in the academics, he was active in the class, he was mingling well with the friends. Now suddenly the behavior has changed. It goes step by step. First he will be calm, silent of the public. Then when he is silent, it is not that he has gone for a better, but he is developing something wrong, because that is influencing what is happening at home, right? Such symptoms we must start observing and immediately acting on that. And the first step and the easiest way is by talking to the child. I have seen several children who they feel the class teacher almost equal to their mother. Whatever they have, their personal problems, personal issues, or even whatever they have done something very good at home, or they have gone out for a tour or an excursion, or some guests have come at home, or whatever it is, they come and share with the teacher as if they are sharing with their mother. So there is a requirement that the teacher or the school staff have to make a confidential relationship with the child, so that the child will remain safe, if not with the parent, at least with the staff or with the school. Okay. Now, if there is a breakup in this, or there is a symptom, or if first at a first level some mischief has occurred, the staff must be eh, trained enough to understand whether it is just a mischief or it is going beyond. Okay. Many a times, yes, our teachers does it, and there are special professionals who are appointed as counselors. They take care of that one. Now, if we can guess at a early level that what the child is trying to communicate indirectly, then it will become easier for us to prevent further damage. Okay. Now let's get into how to stop school violence. Okay. Now, first point is very simple and it is known, but many a times known things also many people don't do it. So we need to write down and tablet. That is praising the child, praising for his good acts. Even if the child is mischievous or violent, then you just praise on his positive things, and you can, in fact, guide his negative energy towards positive things by praising. How? Make the child understand that. you will get equal importance even if you do the good also. Many a times child start doing something wrong or banging on the bench or even something else to get an attraction of rest of the public. Okay. Now, if that happens, we need to explain the child and praise him and guide him towards that. This kind of approach, instead of doing, if you had done something utilizing the same energy in a positive way, you would have got not only prize from me, from rest of the school also. This way, the child will realize that being positive, he can be more popular and the impact will be larger, right? So, pricing and rewarding again and again. This is also a point to be noted. It's not a one time happening, not only with the child who is violent or whatever it is, but in general, pricing children will make them to do more. If you are pricing on good behavior, pricing on some achievements, pricing on some good deeds, what they do or did with their colleagues, they will feel, yes, with this, I got a recognition. So let me do again and again. This is one thing, right? Next, okay, this is what I was telling before, that this is where our secret of improving the children or finding the wrong one is. We must be very serious and observing that is there any change in attitude of the child, or is there any new things happening which is not in a correct direction. Sometimes even the friend circle influence them, and the ones with whom they will be friendly, now they'll start fighting with them. So immediately any such signs which we get, we must not neglect, we must speak. That is the first level. Speak in a very confidential way, so that we will know that it has, whether it has happened by a mistake or the child has changed his mentality. Okay. Now, once we recognize these signs, we must take in confidence their parents, his friends, as well as the staff. See, we cannot just target the child who has behaved wrong and enforce on him some rules and regulations. Basically, all this can happen only with love and affection and confidence. This is what the next point is coming. You need to show love, you need to give him the confidence required to the child. And if there is any stress, you must make him realize that this stress is nothing, or we are going to remove the reason for which the stress has occurred. Many a times, whatever is in the control of the school, it can be done. But if it is coming from their parents or from their locality, what it is, that is not in our hand. But still, we can do wonders. Wonders by first letting the child understand what you need to choose. Should you have to choose a bad thing or a good thing? So the positive attitude we need to bring in the child, so that not only in school, outside the school also, the child will behave in a positive way. The other thing is how to get isolated from the negative public or negative games or negative inputs that he is getting from around, right? The main purpose or the main concept we have to follow is that make a child in a positive way, and he must always be with good attitude, so that he, once he realizes that there is something wrong, he must isolate from that. That attitude and conduct we have to inculcate, and generate in the child. Okay, this can only and only happen with love. There is little difference in the way you will deal with the children who are at a lower age and in the children who are grown up or teenagers. Teenagers, yes, you need to be friendly with them, and with warm and affection you need to speak so that they will take your words the way you want it. But small children, yes, you they have a different kind, but what we are talking the violence is in the teenagers. Okay, now, yes, friends influence lot, and they are the key personalities in developing the child. Friends may be the classmates, friends may be they're from the relations, friends may be from their locality, whatever it is, but they are very influential. So, like I said before, once you develop the positive character, now the child must know to choose a good friend or a bad friend. Or a good friend is turning into bad, then with his positive attitude, make the other person realize that you're getting into the wrong direction. Or if you make him understand, if he cannot, then you must be concerned enough to raise an alarm with their elders. Maybe if it is in the school, with the school, or if it is in their locality with their parents. This will be the responsibility of the friend. On the other way, the child, he must realize that what friends are meant for. Friends are meant to develop a better person, not to become a violent or a bad person, right? This understanding we need to give to every child. And believe me, from our experience, we have realized that it is not a difficult job at all, provided you do it at a early stage. But you neglect it, then the small mischief will grow into bigger one, and first mistake will get into two, three more, and nobody reacts. It continues. Then the child thinks that, okay, I am not doing wrong, until it becomes a grave mistake. So, what I say is, you need to abort at an early stage. You need to be careful, be observing, whether it is with the friend circle or whether it is with the personal behavior of the child. Now, there is a one more approach is to engage the child. Engage the child in different ways. What is the academic, that is there always. Apart from this, you can engage children giving them extracurricular activities which will make the child more positive and more informative of the real life. For example, in our school, once what we did is we have given an activity for the children end of the school or end of the week, so that they must go to the persons in their locality. For example, ours is a colony wherein we have a lot of watchmen in every building. They will go to the watchmen, they will talk to them about their own life of the watchmen and their children, whether they are studying, whether they are not studying, why they are not studying, what was the reason, or what are their goals, so that the child will realize that how good they are, how fortunate they are. This is one point. This way also, child will be a better person, and he will know that what are the things which others don't have and what he is having. This way he will develop a positive attitude. Apart from this kind of social activity, you can give some other activities or keep the child busy in a routine in such a way that they will remain in good circles. If See, there is a certain age wherein they will be developing permanently. That is particularly the teenage. If during this teen age, if you are engaging the children in different kind of these, whether it will be social or sports or personal or cultural activities, wherein they will only be focusing on positive things, then their development and foundation will become positive. Their attitude will become positive. Once it is there, then every other thing will be easier. So this is one of the things. Fine. Okay. This is in a very brief way. I am saying this because this is a very vast subject, and I am only focusing on those children who are related to school. Now, in general, if we have to see apart from the school, it is yani, there are many more things to speak, right? Okay, madam. Thank you. In a brief way, I have said this. If you want me, I have some more inputs to continue because you have given me very limited time. So I have taken up this part of that one. Okay. Thank you. Over to you, madam.
If you want to say something else, you can conclude. You can take 5-10 minutes more. Thank you. 5 minutes at least you can take.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, madam. See, what I want to conclude in a very short way is, let me just review of my talk. What we feel as school leaders is children are blank pages. Whatever we as a parents or the school staff, whoever it is, whatever they teach them, that is what will be written on that. There is the other part. Now parents are busy, father, mother, they are going to job, they are busy, they don't give time. In that case, what happens is child is independent to learn on his own, and the first tendency of the child is going towards the wrong. So the first thing what I say is, don't give them that chance. Don't give the chance that the child will be independent and start doing on experimenting on his own. Why I am talking again and again parents is, everything starts from parent, and child is a very silent learner from the parents. If the parents are good, he will learn immediately good. If the parents are fighting among themselves, unknowingly the child will be having that character. So parents are the first people in place. Then comes the school. School, alhamdulillah, I can say now schools are doing great job. Many staff people, they work very passionately. They treat all the students as if they are their own children. Yani they will be after them as if a mother will be after the child. I have seen this almost everywhere. Okay, that's a very good factor. And I request the school and the school staff to do whatever is possible in your hand. Maybe what is happening with their parents, we cannot change. But the time, the duration, the child is with us, we can do lot many things. We can bring a big change. So you focus on that and you continue doing on that one. This is the final what I want to tell everyone. That parents are on the first in the line, then comes the staff. Many parents now think that if you had admitted in any school, that means now it is only the school responsibility, we will not take care. Believe me, nobody in the world can do more to your child than the parents. Nobody in the world can do more to your child than the parents. Even whether parents are educated, parents are rich or poor, whatever it is, parents can do wonders. If parents and school go together hand in hand, I can assure you 100% your child will be the best. This is where I conclude, madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for sparing time. I know you were quite busy, but still, out of that, you took out time and being with us. So, my question to you would be, violence. I
Yes,
mean,
madam, tell
is it
me.
violence? But does this lead, this kind of a thing? Is it also a symbol of some kind of disturbance in the personality of a child if he is becoming violent? Violent? Is it just a normal trait, or does
Yes,
it
of
also?
course. No, no. Let me tell you one happy thing in this is even if the child becomes violent, it is temporary, madam. This is the happy part in that one. And the child himself knows that he is doing wrong. So it becomes easy for the parents as well as to the staff to overcome it. Now, as I said, there are different ways and techniques where we can use, and there is no thumb rule. Maybe one school has only one staff member to change the child, and other school might require more than one, or some other child, even if one word from the mother will do everything.
Hmm.
Okay, there is no thumb rule, but yes, all these are the stakeholders and influential persons, and this is what I am repeating again that the child himself know that he is doing wrong. This is the best part wherein you have an upper hand to bring him towards a positive energy, a positive change. And this attitude is never a permanent attitude. Yes, it will become permanent when we neglect it, we allow him continue doing it, and at a certain a point it becomes a habit. That is the permanent change or a wrong direction happens. Okay, ma'am?
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for being here, and thank you for taking out time and talking about this topic, which is actually the most common topic. This is something that we actually deal in school most of the time, especially teenagers or the junior section and the senior section. So, thank you once again, and have a great day ahead.
Thank you very much.